It's time. It is time to get rid of your PlayStation, bro. I know you've been tossing and turning about this idea probably for a while, or maybe you never even thought of it, of getting rid of your PlayStation that you're constantly on, that you're addicted to. You're gonna disagree, but in fact, it is an addiction. Not only that, it is a form of escape for most people. Escape from reality, escape from the real world, right? The benefit of games is that you're constantly progressing, right? And you constantly have a mission. You know if you do this mission, you're gonna progress. Whereas in real life, if you do something, you may not have the desired outcome, or maybe you will, but it's the more the fact of that uncertainty. If I do this work right now, will it actually amount to anything? If I film this video now, if I film videos constantly, will it actually amount to, gaining a following, gaining a community of, people? You know what I mean? That's why it's so hard in real life for people to do things, because they have uncertainty. They don't know if there is going to be a return on investment from this initial investment of effort, focus, time, energy, right? So that's why games are so popular and so addicting, because you feel as though you're doing something when you are, living in these games. You have your friends, you have your community of gamer friends, and you're constantly, leveling up, getting better characters, whatever the hell you're doing. For example, I used to play Fortnite, Call of Duty, FIFA were the main ones that I play, especially Black Ops 2. I became the best of that game, had all the diamond guns. I was constantly boosting with my mates on servers, and my mates would fuck around and they'd piss me off because I was so serious about getting these diamond, camos, right? It was a sense of, building status, have other people admire me in a sense, in this false reality, through, getting the best ultimate team. I used to study the transfer market in FIFA, literally, and I'd watch podcasts all the time, watch videos. Oh yeah, buy these people because they're going to become team of the week, then sell them off, blah, blah, blah. Buy these people because they're going to become team of the week. Then when team of the week came, they got it, and then I would sell these players for like 3,000 more. Or before the market crash, I'd sell my whole ultimate team, and then when the market crash came, which was usually I can't remember when the market crash came. It was usually when Team of the Year came, or after Team of the Year, or when Team of the Season came. I can't really remember. Anyway, I used to study the transfer market like a weird nerd, and I accumulated like 3 million FIFA coins, and I had the most awesome ultimate team, and I think it was in FIFA 18 or FIFA 19. And yeah, that's how serious I was about progressing, because you really have a sense of progressing. And that's why I would do the FUT Champions weekends of playing 40 matches, and just to take up so much time. I'd literally take up the whole weekend just there, eating toasty and just playing this game, drinking water and playing this bloody FUT Champions, getting so angry I used to break my desk because I was so emotionally invested in this false reality. And for most of you, it is a false reality. Now, one of the best things I ever did was get rid of my PlayStation. I literally just sold my PlayStation. I made the executive decision in 2020. I am getting rid of this because I'm not trying to monetize it. It is leading me nowhere. It is literally a waste of time. Unless you're trying to monetize it, or unless you're under the age of 18, you shouldn't have a PlayStation unless, you're already, rich, wealthy, have the life that you want, bro. You can do what the fuck you want. But for my case, I was like, listen, this is a waste of time. I'm not trying to monetize this. Honestly, gets me emotionally worked up, and also I need to level up in real life. And I sold my PlayStation, best decision I ever made. And I'm telling you, you need to level up in real life. Now, I've had this debate with a lot of friends. A lot of people disagree, actually. And the way I see it is if you're an alcoholic, bro, and you're like, oh no, I just have alcohol here and there. That's how they're justifying it. Oh, I only play here and there. It's really not that long. But really, it is that long. You do play longer than just half an hour. You do play longer than an hour. And also the problem with video games and PlayStation or Xbox, right, is that it stays on your mind, right? It stays on your mind. Literally when I was at school, all I'd think about is when I can get home and play FIFA, or when I can get home and play with my mates. And that's all I was thinking about. And I'd get so excited, and I'd think about, oh, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to change my ultimate team to an England squad or a Premier League squad. You know what I mean? It would constantly take up time outside of when you're even playing, right? And some people just go, oh, I play with just friends. But if you're addicted, bro, you don't just play when you're, when friends aren't there. You play by yourself, and that's even sadder because you're like trying to like level up, in the meantime. So then when you come back, you can like impress your friends in a sense. I remember I became like so good at Fortnite, like weirdly good at Fortnite, and I was so bad. I remember when I first played with my friends, and my friends would give me shit. They're like, bro, you suck. And I was like grinding on that motherfucking thing. Next time I played with them, we were in like a squads match, and I fucking like took them all out, and they were like, what the hell has happened to you? That's what I'm saying. You want to gain a sense of like progression, because you're going to progress, you're going to get that XP, and also a sense of status, and you're living in a false reality to like your gamer friends or your friends that you play with. So this time and energy that you're wasting on this false reality can be used in your real life. Bro, funny enough, guess what? Life is literally a game. Look at it at a third perspective. We are literally in a game, like the actual game of life. You are your own player. You actually have one defining aspect that separates you from all other creatures on this earth, and it's thinking. And you can literally think your way into success. You can control your actions through thinking and actually do things that progress you in real life, and you will gain progress. It may take longer than a video game, right? But with consistency, action, constantly trying to experiment, constantly trying to improve, you know what I mean? Constantly trying to evolve, you're going to go places. Results will come, maybe in a few months, maybe in years, maybe in less than a year. It really depends on the person, but you're constantly evolving, you're constantly upgrading yourself in this game of life, and results will come. You just have to be patient, because everyone has their own timeline, bro. Everyone has their own timeline. If you're over 18 and you're not trying to monetize games, or you're not where you want to be in your life, and you're complaining about life, because that's what annoys me the most. If you're not complaining about life and you don't care, and you're like happy where you are in life, then fine, do what you want. But the one thing that ticks me off the most, and when I have friends or I have people coming to me and they're like, oh bro, I just really want to improve, I want to have this car, I want to have this place, I want to be able to leave my fucking 9-to-5 job. And then like I call them or FaceTime them and they're on like a Fortnite match. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? You're like 23. Like, it's time. It is time to get off the games. It's time to focus on your actual life. And these people complain to me. They want things, right? If you want things, you need to remove distractions from every direction at first, especially when you're grinding at the start, right? We have to remove all distractions in order to allow us to have a little bit, a little fragment of focus in order to progress ourselves, right? And gain focus and clarity, because we're in a world full of distractions. So get rid of your PlayStation. If you're over 18, it is time to be an adult. It is time to focus on your own life. And bro, it is 400 times better when you are progressing in real life, when you're getting a better body, better mental health, better financial status, really going up with, mastering your craft or going up in your career. It is so much better. Now listen, I'm no Picasso, but this is what I've designed, and I suggest you design it yourself. I like it because this is me, Player One Jacob Bambino. Like, you can literally write down your strengths, you can write down your weaknesses, and you can write down your mission for 2023. And yeah, this is a good way to really analyze yourself, be brutally honest with yourself, what your strengths and weaknesses are, right? And I think as humans, we really forget what our strengths are a lot of the time, and I think this is a good way, if you look at it this even like once a month or something, or once every 2 weeks, or once a week, and just remembering, okay, I do have these strengths, I do have other things that people don't have, right? But you also have weaknesses that you need to eliminate in order for your strengths to truly like flourish, and for you to truly flourish. We all have weaknesses in different senses, right? And there's going to be things that you have to overcome. For example, consistency in action, man. For so long, 2 years when I was battling my mental health battle, I just didn't film content for AMGTA, and obviously I've always wanted to do this brand. I've been wanting to do this brand and my personal brand since I was literally 16 years old, but I kept waiting. And if I did come back, I'd film a few videos, especially when we were in our peak, and then I'll just leave. And I was constantly focusing on my mental health, and at the time that was my biggest weakness, was my mental health. Now my mental health is very like sound very, you know, at a very high level, because I really try to take care of myself and my mental health. But yeah, back then it wasn't. And my goal for this year is to be more consistent, just take action, stop waiting, and stop being a perfectionist about videos and stuff like this. Like actually just getting content out to you boys that I enjoy making, not that I'm making for other people, right? Obviously, you boys that ask me on videos, ideas and stuff, I'll definitely want to do that and definitely help you boys out, because a lot of your guys' ideas are really fucking good, but I still want to make content that I want to make as well. And especially when it comes to self-improvement, you need to have a player, right? Which is yourself. And I would say, compared to my highest version of yourself, really visualize who your highest version of yourself is, right? And in comparison to you now, I'd say I'm level 15. I've got a long way to go. And you probably do too, and that's okay. And you know, your mission for 2023 is going to be different, but it should be a goal of, you know, building something, whether that's mastering your craft, getting better at your career, or like finishing your uni degree, getting, you know, high distinctions or whatever it is in wherever you are. Master your strengths even further and strengthen the strength as you already have, and eliminate weaknesses at the best of your ability, right? And then your other goal should be, you know, it can be career-based or money-based or mental health-based. It really depends on you, but write one goal at a time. Your mind can only focus on one thing at a time, all right? And really put your all in 6 to 12 months. And yeah, be brutally honest with yourself, what level you are. I suggest doing that. If you do that, send me a photo on DM on Instagram or something. I'd love to see it. And also, one last thing before I go, right? I've never understood the guys that, you know, play PlayStation or like addicted to PlayStation and they have girlfriends, right? Like, I'm just thinking about it. Like, imagine how much, just imagine how you look from a third person perspective, and you're in your little gaming chair and you have your little headset that lights up. I used to have a headset that lights up, and you're like playing this game and you're so intently on it, and your girlfriend's just there on the bed because like, oh babe, I want to play like an hour of this. And you're like, oh fuck, and you're like getting really angry. Just imagine what your girlfriend's thinking. Like, imagine how much of a loser you look like, man. I'm like, I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about that today when I was writing down, you know, the script for this video. I was just like, imagine how you look to like a girl, or a girl that you're not even like your girlfriend, maybe a girl that you're just seeing. And I'd always have, you know, girls tell me about their like boyfriends that you would always game, and they'll just be there like watching like on the bed like, and they'd be like, fucking bullshit, fuck you, Jeremy, you should have covered my sixth, like, you know what I mean, covered my corner, what are you doing, why did you go over there? Like, it just looks so weak, and then you look like a loser, honestly. But that was just a thing I wanted to add in, and add that third perspective when you consider that you want to keep your PlayStation. At the end of the day, bro, it's your decision, but for me, it was the best thing I've ever done. Life is a game. Focus on the game of life, level up in real life, make a level for your character, put down your strengths and weaknesses, work on your strengths by strengthening your strength and master them, and also try to eliminate your weaknesses. All right, good luck, brother. See you soon.